It is 90.3 KEXP, streaming all over the world at KEXP.org. My name is Troy Nelson, and I'm very excited about this because we have here in the KEXP live room the band Preoccupations. How's everybody doing today?
Too bad.
Yes, nice to have you. We also stream all over the world at KEXP.org, and we broadcast live in Seattle 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we've been loving the new album arrangements, and I know that myself and the listeners would love to hear some tunes. So Preoccupations, let's do this.
Replace the faces that I know and shapelessly straight back me to wait impatiently for someone to create a list of things to see before I die somewhere in time. I forgot to read the space between the lines and couldn't find the price. Maybe should have left it all behind me in the dust with all those wasted days. Hang my head in infrared, the yellow fades to blue with the death of melody impressively refused. Could not turn away. Best version of myself. There's nothing to write home about. Nobody burns their words anymore. Hang my head in infrared, the yellow fades to blue with the death of melody impressively refused. I could not turn away. I could not look away. If I wake up at all, I'd rather sleep. Looking for a concept, searching for a technique I can't remember. Places that I don't even recognize. Replace the places that I know, and maybe just maybe I can never see the forest for the trees, but it wasn't up to me. Just before we broke, I thought I might do this today. Let's have the sun. Everything tastes like the bitter end. Everything tastes like the bitter end.
Thanks for listening. We're called Preoccupations. These guys are just going to do a quick guitar change. Then we're going to play another track off the new record, Arrangements. You all good?
Yeah.
So we got Mike Wallace on drums. We got Monty on a multitude of things over here. We got Danny over here. My name's Matt.
Ready?
Ready?
Can barely remember why we came here at all in the first place. Feeling still and trying takes its toll on enemies of the second line. The saving drain through a mask will race into the bottom of the hill and tearing up the grass. We're wasting all our energy on voices in our memory. Let's drinking artificial light and talk about our little lives. Yeah, they and everyone needs a line to cross. Fall down, fall down, fall down, fall down, fall down. Fall down, fall down, fall down. The place you're looking for isn't on the map anymore. The dark is light enough to see you moving through the debris. It makes me nervous. The universe is stretching at the surface without a purpose. Don't have the patience. It's counterclockwise to try to keep it on the surveillance. Fall down, fall down, fall down, fall down. The place you're looking for isn't on the map anymore. Despite the camouflage, I can see you moving through the mirage. It makes me nervous. The universe is scratching at the surface without a purpose. Don't have the patience. It's counterclockwise. We better keep it under some surveillance. It makes me nervous. The universe is scratching at the surface without a purpose. Don't have the patience. It's counterclockwise. We better keep it available for purchase. Say we descend. I can hear the echoes of terrible anthems. Dark humans, all discontent. Give me something to occupy every second of every day. Waiting for an invitation to a secondary location. Well, everyone is waiting for an occasion to rise to Dracula for the jugular. Yeah, your very own executioner. And I can find the appropriate device to make you feel more alive, with motivation to rationalize. Looking up with catastrophe eyes. Looking up with catastrophe eyes. Oh.
Awesome. Preoccupations live here in the KEXP live room, and loving all those songs from the latest album, Arrangements. And once again, thank you all so much for taking the time to do this.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime. How many times have we all done this?
I think
now?
this is number 3.
It's number 3.
Yeah, for some reason you guys keep asking.
Yeah, the door's open to you. So thank you, Matt, Scott, Daniel, and Michael. Matt, did you refer to Scott as Monty?
Yeah, everyone refers to Scott as Monty. I think even his parents do.
What
Yeah,
is-
my parents actually do. My sister was married to a guy named Scott, and so then,
Oh,
yeah, it's. But my real name is Scott. That's a fine name to call me too.
right. And Scott, did you realize that your microphone matches your sweater and undershirt?
Yeah, both of them together. I did not realize that the combo, but I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
I mostly painted this. I spray painted this microphone because I always forget my microphone on tour, and so this time I was like, I'm going to paint it, and then I'm going to remember it.
Yes.
And so far, I've remembered it.
Yeah, nobody can claim that it's their microphone.
No. This is no one's mic but mine.
Exactly. So I've been familiar with Preoccupations for quite some time, and I was going to ask you, I've been waiting to ask you this actually. About 4 or 5 years ago, you all filmed a segment for the YouTube series Juan's Basement in New York, in Brooklyn.
yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
And so at the beginning of that video, they did this weird kind of interesting intro where they had a pizza delivery guy show up to the session. Well, that was me.
Whoa! Okay.
And actually, I was wearing the same sweater. You only see me in it for a second when I go into the bathroom and wash my hands, and they put a GoPro on my head.
I didn't recognize you without the pizza.
Exactly. I happened to be in New York, and I just knew somebody on the film crew, and I didn't know you guys were playing a Juan's Basement session. And I texted him. I'm like, hey, I'm in town if you're free, because it's kind of hard to get together with people sometimes in New York City.
Of course, yeah.
And he was like, hey, we're shooting this thing, Juan's Basement, with Preoccupations, and we always do these intros. And then they invited me to be the pizza delivery boy in that video, so.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Did we eat the pizza? I don't remember eating any pizza.
I don't remember
I don't
eating
think
pizza.
we ate any
Honestly,
pizza.
the only thing I
There's
remember about that
prop
day.
pizza boxes. There's nothing in those boxes.
Yeah,
Right.
Probably.
I think it was movie magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
movie magic.
Also, I brought something from home for each one of you, and I'm going to hand them to you. And Scott, once I hand you yours, I would like for you to say into the microphone what it is I'm handing you. And I've got one for each person.
Is this like a Nardwuar thing where you've dug up crazy secrets from our past?
Oh, this is amazing. Okay.
Garbage pail kid.
I got a garbage
Fat
pail.
Matt.
Yeah, I got Potty Scotty.
You want to show the camera?
Garbage pail kid.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Thanks, man.
Live mic.
Amazing.
Oh, these are amazing. My
There you
God.
go. Those are from my home collection. And those
Wow.
are the chrome version.
Yeah, I
of
know.
Garbage
They're the
Pail
nice
Kid.
ones.
They're the
Yeah.
nice ones.
Wow. Well, thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I need
amazing.
to. Aw.
All right, you can,
Aw.
yes, and you can hold those in your hearts and cherish them forever.
I absolutely will. It's going on my refrigerator when I get home.
Awesome. There you go.
Yeah.
Scott, I had another question for you. When you were a little kid, what impact did the song Back in the USSR have on you?
Funny that you should ask that. The Back in the USSR is actually one of the first songs I remember being excited about when I was little. My mom had like all the Beatles records, and I remember it was that like blue like double record greatest hits.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just listening to that record all the time. And I also have one specific memory of my mom like dropping me off at grade 1 or something. And she drove like at the time she had like this Chevy Nova, this like chrome Chevy Nova. And I remember her like rolling up in front of the elementary school, and Back in the USSR came on the radio, and I just felt so cool for a second.
That's amazing. Also, I was curious, what is the connection between Preoccupations and Chad Van Galen?
I guess I used to be in a band called Women with Mike here.
Great band.
And my brother, who's on tour with us, who's now going to Cindy Lee. And he was kind of just a Calgary legend, and, you know, people kind of knew him from busking and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he was kind of this weird recluse. And we approached him because we wanted to get some gnarly recordings done. And then we became fast friends. And then me and Monty at separate times have played in his band over the years. And just a Calgary bud. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been curious what his studio must look like, because he seems like one of those people that would just grab onto anything.
It's pretty wild. I mean, you open the door and he's got the door rigged up to this like harp thing. So every time you open the door, it's like.
Yeah, and then he had this like he's got this weird like deck thing on the front of the studio that he built this giant wooden face on.
Wow.
Like
yeah,
a 7 foot tall
fun
face.
in there.
It's super cool.
Yeah, he's incredibly creative.
Yeah.
We've had him here a few times. And also, I was curious, you guys tour so much, or did at least before the lockdown portion of the pandemic. Is this record Arrangements now, was this done before the lockdown, or is this something you did during the lockdown?
It was, I think the skeletons of most of what you hear on the record were done, I think late 2019. And then when we realized that we weren't going to be able to get back together, we kind of just started chipping away at it remotely. So I just did all the vocals on my own, and Monty did a bunch of stuff, overdubs and things like that.
Yeah, we just emailed files.
But the bulk of it
Right.
was done.
Yeah, all the drums and the bass and guitars and like most of the keyboard stuff was done pre-lockdown in like December of 2019 or January 2020. It was one of those two.
Yeah.
But it was like right around that zone. We finished it, and then we were like, oh, well, let's take a little break and get back together in a month. And then we didn't see each other for like 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
But you all live in the same city, right?
No.
No. I thought you were all in Montreal for some reason.
No.
all different cities.
Yeah, I was in Montreal, but I'd actually gone back to Calgary to do some stuff there, and then so I ended up spending like most of the lockdown in Calgary.
Montreal is still kind of home base for us, though.
Sure.
Wallace is in Toronto. I'm in New York. Danny's kind of between Montreal and New York, and
Yeah, and then I
That's
lived in
home
Montreal
base.
full time again.
Right. And you just toured so much. Felt like you were either on the road or in the studio recording. And obviously, lockdown affected, well, everybody. But I was curious, for such a touring band like yours, how much did that change your perspective on touring now? What does the music industry look like to you, or the touring industry, if you will?
I mean, it not great. I guess it's tough. This one we did a tour at the end of last year, kind of during the Omicron thing, and it was different vibes. It was a little bit more hang out in the green room by yourselves, and no socializing really outside of that. So this one feels at least a little bit more free. Mm-hmm. Which is nice. It's a lot more fun knowing that I get to hang out with family and friends when I'm in my hometown or here. We've got friends coming to see us, and it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank you all so much for continuing to make this fantastic music. We've loved everything here at KEXP that you have put out.
Yeah,
so
thanks
far,
so much for the support. We appreciate it.
1,000%. And so once again, everybody, that is Preoccupations live here on KEXP. And once again, the door is open, and I hope you come back soon.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely. It's KEXP 90.3.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.